Imagine this, a luxury hotel lobby, the clock ticking past midnight, and a confrontation that threatens to expose the dark side of an entire industry. What really went down that night? How did a simple act of courage change everything? Stay tuned for an unforgettable tale that shows how a single moment can transform lives and industries. Where are you watching from today? Let us know in the comments below and hit subscribe for more stories like this. Welcome to Timeless Stories, where we bring you powerful real-life moments of change and courage. Got your own story to share? We'd love to hear it in the comments. Let's dive in. It was nearly midnight when Keanu Reeves entered the Horizon Skylark Hotel, a place of elegance and quiet luxury. His simple outfit, dark blazer over a well-worn t-shirt, contrasted with the grand surroundings of polished marble and the soft glow of chandeliers. Despite the lavishness, the lobby felt peaceful, almost expectant, as if it were awaiting something important. Keanu wasn't here for a show. He had recently purchased the hotel in a quiet deal, away from the public eye. Unlike the usual celebrity-studded opening events, he preferred to understand how the place functioned on a regular night without any fanfare. Just a quiet, honest experience. As he scanned the lobby, his eyes landed on the front desk, where a staff member named Cameron was carefully arranging white lilies in a tall vase. Cameron was focused, his hands gentle and deliberate as he adjusted each flower, almost as though the act were an art form. Keanu remembered advice he'd received years ago. The smallest tasks often reveal a person's true character. He admired the way Cameron worked, noting the care with which he handled each lily. Cameron noticed Keanu's presence and offered a warm smile. "Good evening, sir. Checking in?" "Eventually," Keanu replied with a faint smile. "I think I'll just sit for a moment." "Long day." "Of course, sir. Please let me know if you need anything." Keanu found a quiet corner and sank into a leather armchair, letting out a soft sigh. He was tired, but something about the atmosphere here, its quiet elegance, drew him in. Something told him that tonight he would witness something important. Not long after, a couple stepped off the elevator. Morgan and Elena were clearly in their 40s, dressed in fine clothes, Morgan in a blazer, Elena in a sparkling cocktail dress. They appeared to have enjoyed a night of fine dining and perhaps a bit too much wine. Their loud conversation echoed through the otherwise silent lobby. "I can't believe how far standards have dropped around here," Elena muttered, rubbing her forehead. "Even the five-star restaurants aren't what they used to be." Morgan, nodding, added, "I remember when this place had a great reputation. But now, not so much." Keanu glanced over, pretending not to listen, but he couldn't help but overhear their harsh words as they approached Cameron at the desk. "You!" Elena snapped. "We had room service earlier. It was terrible. We demand to speak to someone who knows how to handle a real complaint." Cameron, ever calm, looked up. "I'm the senior desk attendant tonight, ma'am. How can I assist you?" Elena gave him a look of disdain. "Is there someone else available?" Keanu could sense the tension in the air. He understood that subtle form of discrimination, the kind based on assumptions about someone's status or appearance. He'd experienced it in his own life, both during his early acting days and in moments when he'd been trying to remain under the radar. It stung, and he could see it affecting Cameron now. Despite the couple's condescending tone, Cameron responded politely. "Our night manager is off-site, but I can help you with anything you need." But it was clear that wasn't enough for Elena and Morgan. They persisted, implying that only someone more appropriate, a well-dressed man like themselves, could address their complaint. Keanu watched quietly from his corner, considering intervening, but he chose to stay out of sight for now, feeling that it was important to see how the situation would unfold. When the couple finally left, Cameron's shoulders slumped slightly, but he quickly returned to his work, carefully rechecking bookings and tidying up the desk. It was evident that the interaction had hurt him. Keanu felt anger and empathy rise within him. He couldn't stay silent forever. A short time later, the couple reappeared, this time in hotel robes and slippers, clearly still upset. Elena was flushed with frustration, and Morgan gripped his phone tightly. "This place is freezing," Elena snapped. "We tried adjusting the thermostat, but it's broken. Get someone who can actually fix it." Cameron glanced at the clock. It was after 1 a.m. I can send our maintenance team right away or move you to a different room. But Morgan wasn't having it. We've already posted about you online, he said, brandishing his phone. And let's just say, it's not a favorable post. Keanu's heart skipped. He knew that kind of social media attack all too well. Slowly he stood and walked toward the desk, his presence now commanding their attention. When Elena saw him approach, her eyes widened in recognition. "Keanu Reeves," she gasped. "What are you doing here?" "I was here for a quiet stay," Keanu said, his voice calm. "But I've seen enough to know that something needs to be addressed." A silence settled over the lobby as Cameron looked at Keanu, who now stood in front of the couple. Elena stammered an apology, trying to backtrack. Keanu raised an eyebrow. "You posted about Cameron here, didn't you?" He motioned to the phone Morgan was holding. Morgan shifted uncomfortably, handing Keanu the phone. On the screen was a social media post claiming the hotel had sunk to new lows because of its staff, specifically targeting Cameron. The post had gone viral, with hundreds of shares and comments. Keanu handed the phone back, his voice calm but firm. "You've been coming here for years. Have you ever had any issue with Cameron's service before?" Morgan's jaw tightened, but he remained silent. Keanu continued, "Because from where I stand, Cameron has done nothing but his job with professionalism and courtesy. So why would you treat him like this?" Elena opened her mouth to argue, but Keanu didn't let her. "You want to talk now? Now that you know who I am?" Morgan, now visibly uncomfortable, tried to explain. "It was just frustration." Keanu wasn't buying it. "You've targeted someone who's been here for 5 years, doing his job with dignity, and now you want to backpedal because you realize there are consequences." Elena and Morgan, realizing they were in the wrong, agreed to apologize. Cameron, however, wasn't convinced by empty words. "If you're truly sorry," he said, "you'll take down the post, acknowledge your mistake, and treat people, everyone, with respect." The couple reluctantly agreed. The matter was resolved, but Keanu wasn't done yet. The next morning, Keanu gathered the hotel staff, including Cameron, and proposed new policies to protect them from future abuse. He wasn't going to let money or status be an excuse for poor behavior. From now on, there would be no tolerance for mistreatment. Later, the new owner sat in a meeting with the team, hearing stories from the housekeeping staff and others about their experiences. "We've had problems before," one manager said, "but now things are going to change." And change they did. This story reminds us that respect is a basic right, not a privilege based on status. True success is measured by how we treat others, especially those who serve us. And sometimes all it takes is one person standing up to make a lasting change. Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear them. And as always, don't forget to subscribe Timeless Stories channel for more stories that might just leave you with new insights and a deeper sense of connection to the world around you.